In part one, I said the kind of love that the world needs requires commitment, discipline, clarity of mind, and stepping out of judgment. Commitment to what and why? Love as focused attention requires work. Sustaining focused attention without instant gratification requires commitment, like learning to play an instrument. Sustaining focused attention on another person requires not only commitment, but awareness of one's own state of mind. Ever got out on the wrong side of the bed? Everything just goes wrong that day. The fact that there is such a phrase indicates that this is a common experience. This suggests that when we are in a negative state of mind, we are more likely to see negativity in our environment. Often we're not aware of our state of mind and believe how we feel is entirely dependent on the outside world. This belief makes us victim of circumstances and can easily provoke negative emotions directed at the environment. This can be very destructive when not handled with skill. If we are not aware of our own state of mind in relationships and hold the other person entirely responsible for our feelings, then a whole warehouse of problems arises. We all want to be happy. If we believe that we depend on the other person to be happy, then we are bound to become demanding. These demands are personal because they are shaped by our past experiences. Therefore, no one can meet these demands even close to 100%. Disappointments are inevitable, and resentment builds up over time. It is even worse when we blame the other person for our negative feelings. We don't like negative feelings. Our parents didn't like our negative feelings. Most of us have been trained to repress, deny, hide, or make them go away in some way. Small children are often offered food when upset, setting up a pattern of eating our feelings with obvious consequences. We might also end up unconsciously believing that being free to act out our negative feelings is a sign of being loved. This can be particularly dangerous because few have been taught how to express negative feelings in a way that's not destructive. In addition, most children will push boundaries until the parents get angry. Anger becomes a way to control or get our way. In my own experience of parenting, I was aware of the problem, talked to other parents about the issue, but failed to find a better alternative that worked all the time. It is no wonder that most relationships are painful much of the time, and love eventually turns into hate. The greater world full of strife is simply a fractal representation of the individual. What can we do? The first step is to recognize that we have a problem and take responsibility for our own feelings. We all have a cursive mind that is talking to us all the time, repeating the past or anticipating the future. Since thoughts create emotions, therefore we are often feeling feelings of the past or anticipate the future that have nothing to do with the current moment. The problem is we tend to focus on the negative aspects of our past and anticipate the worst. Therefore, we are not a happy bunch. The solution is free ourselves from the cursive mind and live in the present moment. This is a skill that comes with practice. Make it a ritual when you first wake up and repeat it several times a day. Take a few moments to breathe slowly and check in with yourself. How am I feeling now? Accept whatever feelings arises without judgment. If we don't judge the feelings as undesirable, then it is not something we have to get rid of. Emotions can only become destructive if we try to get rid of them. There's a full range of human emotions. The greater spectrum we allow, the richer our emotional life. Remind yourself that feelings are generated by thoughts in the brain. Become aware of the cursive mind and simply observe the thoughts. See them for what they are. Thoughts that may not be the 100% representation of the past and the anticipation of a future that may not occur. If you feel like crying, then cry. If you feel fear, feel fear. Feelings are energy. They are like a cup of hot coffee, it will cool with time. What remains is equanimity, the neutral point of our emotional ups and downs where we experience moments of peace. This is a form of focused attention on the self. This is self-care and self-love. The first beneficiary of this practice is the self. It's really true that you can only love another if you love yourself. Ironically, most of us have been conditioned to believe self-love is getting what we want and doing what we want. This is often the fundamental concern of our cursive mind, judging everything against our desires and dislikes. The fact is, stepping out of this kind of judgment is the only path to love and equanimity. Yes, the practice is very difficult. It is against our personal experience, the culture we have been raised in, and the basic wiring for survival. Therefore, it takes commitment, discipline, and a clear mind, because we have to bring that cursive mind into our conscious awareness. Abusive use of any mind-altering substance will make this practice impossible, especially in the beginning. Perhaps that is why alcoholism does so much damage in our world. Relationships without awareness perpetuate old destructive patterns of feeling and behaving. Mindful ones provide practice for loving in living. The extent to which a relationship is mindful and allows for mutual support in developing personal emotional responsibility and self-love is the extent to which the relationship can heal the partners involved and the world beyond. Thank you for watching.